Hi, Dr. Richard Bartlett here with my dear friend Chella Ferrow.
Hello, everyone. Broadcasting live from Brooklyn, New York. I'm Chella.
And I'm not Chella. It's like
Oh,
the old
wait.
Rowan and Martin. I'm Rowan and he's not. So we're here to invite you to a very special seminar, something that Chella and I, it's very near to our heart and dear to us that we put together uh, when we were together doing an intensive kind of a planning stage. This seminar started unfolding in Chicago sometime before that as geometric forms. I can show you, what those look like. There's like one here. And these are patterns that hold consciousness in kind of like a matrix that releases a grid of information and healing potential. And this healing potential isn't just limited to the physical body, but states of the emotions, states held in the mind, belief systems, limiting patterns. Um, this seminar is designed to open you to new possibilities in mapping awareness in ways that perhaps you haven't been exposed to before.
Yes. Yeah, it was exciting when it started in Chicago. As with all new creative things, they arrive in unexpected ways. And there I was in the seminar, and some of these new geometric formulas, or modules as we call them, started to come through. And Richard peeked over my shoulder and said, "Ooh, I see some new processes, some new methodologies here that are wanting to be given birth to." And I said, "Yeah, in fact, it's looking rather like a map, and a map of consciousness." And both Richard and I, for quite some time, have both of us really been deeply exploring the nature of consciousness and the path of awakening. It's something that we're just both fundamentally attuned to and have shared a lot on over the past few years. And so we decided to explore these maps. We have two powerful new processes to share with you. One is called the process and one is the unfolding. Embedded in both of those is really powerful neurophysiological stations, I want to call them. We might say phases of awakening, phases along the path of really just learning to transcend those deeply embedded deceptive layers of programming that are in the unconscious through our culture and our systems and our concepts and our language.
In fact, when some of this started coming through, for both of us, it looked like something like the Stations of the Cross in the Catholic religion, even though it's not based upon a particular religion. But I had a map that, for me, it felt like there were steps that were archetypal patterns of opening into new possibilities by traversing a path forward into this language. And so this language is very much a mystical language. All language, in its sense, is mystical because it's based upon patterns of light and information and flow. So it unlocks within the individual the potential for awakening aspects of self to a new way of looking at the universe, a new way of interacting within the universe and within their own individual patterns in life.
Yeah, beautifully said. Yeah, so fundamentally, intrinsic to this language, this holographic language that we've already been exploring and playing with through holosets and MED, is the principle as practiced that there is no separate, isolated thing, whether it be you or I or this table or this vase of flowers or your heart or an illness or the transcendence of that illness. It's all flowing patterns. And really the suffering comes from when we're trying to change the pattern as a separate thing. Now we're stuck in the illusion and really the delusion of the paradigm of separateness. And so what we're attempting to do with these maps, these very magical maps, is more deeply attuned to the heart of the matter, which is that we're all fundamentally arising from that same place of oneness. And that there's no separate thing.
Everything I've noticed over my entire life has led to this place now. And that's true for all of us, that we're all engaged in this conversation. That is just one thing. It's not even a thing. It's the universe unfolding as itself. And so to get into a seminar situation that addresses that is quite unique. The goal for this seminar is that you actually are able to take these maps, these formulas, if you will, and apply them to yourself, apply them to your life in ways that might surprise you. It's interesting because I've seen over the years that the greatest joy for me in working with people was not so much the healing miracles that might have taken place and can take place, but the very interval of surprise, of uniqueness that allowed for a change in the way consciousness was exploring itself. And for me, that is the very essence of everything that I've been focused on now for the last number of years.
Yes. So we have powerful new explorations of strategies for wholeness, for healing, for aliveness, because even just one very subtle rearrangement within that holographic patterning is a profound transformation. Because once again, in an absolute sense, no difference between a flower or a rock, or illness or wellness, or empty space and you. And always embedded in the language of the universe is the path of the mystic, that being a metaphor for the human story, the hero's journey. And right there inside there, within that is the transcendence of any language or concept or understanding. And that is the ultimate peace that we already
Again,
are.
this if this appeals to you, there's something here. You don't need to wonder, well, what is it they're talking about? What does this mean for me? Feel inside the call, if it exists for you, and join us there.
Can't wait to see you. So much to share with you. Can't wait to see you in Philadelphia very soon at the Path of the Mystic.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.